Good morning, everybody. I'm Leslie Ann.
Hi, everybody. This is Big Chuck. Leslie and I trapped out here by the water cooler again. Hey, Leslie, do you wear a watch?
You know, I wear a watch only when I'm going out. So I don't wear
Do
it
you
to
have one on right
work.
now?
I do not.
You do not.
Just when I'm going out somewhere.
Yeah. I took a shower and then put my watch on the sink and then it fell off into a pile of towels. And I wandered around with my mouth open, like bumping into walls because I was upset because didn't have my watch.
Right.
My watch is on except when I shower or swim.
Then your watch is always there.
My watch has been on my arm for 55 years.
I will say that I can relate to that because I used to wear a watch every day, all day. And I don't know what happened. I guess I just decided, I woke up one day and decided, why do I need to wear this? It's kind of an annoyance. I'm always fidgeting with it because it's tight or it doesn't, I'm just not going to wear it. There's plenty of clocks around.
Yes, there are. But, I was in the store the other day, and it was at the mall, and I was just kind of, I don't know, Trish was buying stuff or whatever, and I was just kind of wandering around. I was looking at watches, and I saw watches that were $400 for a watch. And I'm thinking to myself, that's play money. That's really having some discretionary money to spend $400 on a watch. I
spent about $10.
I have, honest to God, I have in my hand my watch. It is a Timex watch. It has the date that rotates. And most importantly to me is I push the button and it lights up.
Yeah, I like that too.
I spent $12 on this watch, I think more than 5 years ago.
Right.
More than 5 years ago. And I haven't spent $450 in watches since I've been born.
Yeah.
I mean, over the year, I've had probably.
Yeah, I don't either. I tend to think people who like expensive watches are fancy dressers.
Yeah, that must be it.
Like the high executive types.
That must be it. That when they get up in the morning and they probably say, wonder, what watch will I put on today?
It's more of a fashion statement than it is a practical accessory.
Right, because they're all saying the same thing. They're all saying 8 minutes after 3 o'clock.
Right.
But can you imagine being in a position where you say, okay, I got to take the kids to soccer this morning, Saturday morning, so I'm going to wear this watch. And then when I come home later on and I got a garden, I don't want that one to get, so I'm going to put this watch on. And then when my wife and I go out tonight for cocktails with our business, I'm going to put on the really expensive.
That's way too much thought.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Way too much thought into that.
So, I mean, but the guy with the $450 watch can't garden with it?
No. Although I will say I have two watches.
You do?
One is knock-around watch. It's my sports watch. I can wear it anywhere. In fact, I can wear it swimming if I want to.
Okay.
The other watch is a nice watch that was given to me from my mother-in-law. So it's a fancier watch.
Well, I understand
for nicer
that. Yeah,
occasions.
sure. Yeah, heirlooms and things.
Yeah.
Of course. When I graduated from high school, see if you can remember this too. I remember what I got from from my parents. Yeah. I got three items in 1967.
I think I got a pat
this
on
would
the
be
back.
June 20th, 1967. After I came off the graduation hill in Sydney, my parents gave me 3 graduation gifts. Mm-hmm. They gave me my first savings account.
Nice.
At the First National Bank of Sydney and it had $50 in it.
Which back then was a
They gave me
amount.
a stereo that I would die to have back. I would love to. It was a
Was it a hi-fi?
It was a hi-fi with fold-out speakers and cords on it. You could take them out. So I got those. I got those 2 things, and I got a watch. Within a year, the $50 was gone.
Of course.
On beer at college. The stereo was broke, unfortunately.
Already?
And I was moving it around from dorm to dorm.
Oh,
but the
that's true.
watch was indomitable. I had my graduation watch, I think, until I got married.
Wow.
I really
so what,
do.
20 years?
Yeah.
Maybe not that long.
Yeah. Oh, well, 15 years. Anyways. And I just think to myself, if I were to give Joey or Abby a watch for Christmas, or not for Christmas, but for graduation, or my girls, or your kids, I wonder what the reaction would be to get a watch.
Oh, I know what the reaction would be.
What the heck do
Yeah,
I do
what-
with it?
What were you thinking?
What does it do?
Yeah.
How do I turn it on?
Yeah.
You know?
Watches are almost passé. They're almost completely obsolete
Yeah.
because everybody I know, with some exceptions, uses their phone as their timepiece.
But now, if Wade were to walk in this door right now and say, and your clock is broke, so he said, either one of you know what time it is?
I'd look at my computer.
You would look at your computer, and I would look at my arm. You wouldn't dig your phone out.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't dig my phone out, and that's why I still wear a watch when I
Yeah.
go out, and I really need to want to know what time it is.
Yeah,
That's why I
I
still wear a watch, and I will wear it on the weekends if I'm going
Out and
throughout
about.
my day.
Yeah.
Because
I find myself
it's
time
right there.
obsessed. Yeah.
why would you take it out of your pocket or what? I don't know.
A pocket watch, dig
Yeah.
for it in your pants pocket.
It just seems like too much.
You know
work.
what? In 1964, there was the New York World's Fair, and I went to it. My family went to it, and the big thing they were talking about, and they were talking about this at the 1939 World's Fair, was the watch that you could talk to people. What happened to that?
Yeah.
The Dick Tracy watch. Hi, Leslie. How you doing?
Well,
You can't do it.
that sort of is here and now. I mean, they have these fancy workout wristband things. In fact, you had one of them.
Yes, but they don't have watches
tell
that
the time?
that you can communicate with someone by. That was what the Dick Tracy watch.
I thought I read something that existed.
Well, I mean, if they do, it certainly isn't in public in the public realm.
It's not in
yet.
high circulation.
So we
yet.
can get a man on a moon, right? And we all have the most sophisticated computers. What happened to the Dick Tracy watch? Where I'm on the way into work, and all I have to do is punch that up and say, honey, I'm going to be late today,
Yeah.
into my watch, and not have to go to my phone. Why
I want to
can't
say
they
that
do
exists. I think that exists, and I just don't think it's in wides. I want to say I even saw a commercial for that not too long ago. That it's coming.
It's coming. They said that on radio in 1939 with Dick Tracy. It's coming. They said it at the New York
Where
World's
is
Fair. It's coming. It's not coming.
Oh, it is coming. Something even bigger than that.
All right,
I mean, you
Les.
know how technology is. It's out of
Alrighty.
control.
All right. Well, my watch says it's time to get back to work.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay.